Hey friends, I am coming to you from my craft room. I've got a really simple, pretty quick project that I'm making for a friend of mine. She called me and said that she knew a little girl that needed a Hairbow holder and wanted to know if I would make her one, and I told her I would be glad to. She told me the colors of the room were gray, pink, and green, and I went to Goodwill and I just happened to find the perfect little wooden piece. They have all these kind of things at Goodwill. This screams 1980. A friend loves at all times. That's a Proverbs. And so what I need to do is get this little paper off so that it doesn't show through the words in that little design. And then I need to paint it gray. And then I'll come back to you. But I want to show you the ribbon that I'm using. It's really cute. I picked that up at Walmart. It was $2.97. So I do have $4 invested in it, but I just want to show you how easy this is to make if you come across one of these little wooden plaques at the Goodwill. Okay, just want to give you a little close-up of my plaque. I was able to scrape off that glued design on there, and it was about as difficult as taking a label off a jar. I just ran it under water, put a little soap on it, and just kind of scraped it off just like you would a pickle jar label. And so now what I need to do is go downstairs and get a piece of my husband's sandpaper and kind of rough it up around the edges because it's still got a little shine to it where it's got some varnish on it, and that's just going to help the paint adhere to the wood. And so when I come back to you, I have it all painted gray. Okay, I have my piece of wood painted gray, and now I'm getting ready to put down my pink scrapbook paper, and I'm going to put my board down, face down, and I'm going to trace around it so I can get my pink sheet that I need to Mod Podge on top. Now I'm going to Mod Podge it under it and over it just to get it adhered to the wood, and then I'm going to take a fingernail file and I'm going to smooth out the edges all the way around just to kind of blend it in. Okay, I have my pink paper Mod Podged on the top and bottom, and so I am hoping that those air bubbles will come out as they dry. The key to it is to leave it alone and let it dry, and usually the air bubbles will go out. So we'll see. Worst case scenario, I have to rip it off and I will just sponge paint the top pink. As you can see, plan B, didn't like the way that dried, and so I just ripped it off, just wet it, ripped it off, just like I did the first time, and now I'm going to paint the top pink. Here is coat one of the pink paint. Looks so much better. Should have done that to begin with. Oh, you learn from your mistakes. I'm going to wait about 15 minutes and come back and do a second coat of the pink. Okay, it is the next morning and I have my letters cut out. I've got my pink well enough, and so now I'm going to take a glue stick and I'm going to position my letters where they need to go. Okay, I positioned my letters and put a nice thick coat of Mod Podge on top, and so I'm going to let that dry before I embellish it a little more. Okay, here is my finished Hairbow holder. I think it turned out really cute. I brushed some glitter glue across the whole plaque to give it a little sparkle. I hot glued some little pearls on the top and the bottom of the plaque, and along with a little butterfly. I stapled the ribbons to the back to make sure they would be secure, and for a weight at the bottom of the ribbon I used some buttons and some wooden hearts and little rosettes. So this was a really fun repurposed project. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.